May I come in, sir?
Yes, come in.
Thank you, sir. Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Good morning, sir. Good
Please
morning,
be seated.
Good morning, sir. Good morning, sir. Thank you, sir.
Please give a brief introduction about yourself.
So my name is Anirudh Yadav. I was born in Chandigarh in 1996. So I've completed my schooling from Delhi, and subsequently I went on to do my engineering in biochemical engineering and biotechnology from IIT Delhi. So currently I'm serving in the Indian Information Service as an officer trainee. And so my hobbies include studying the prevention and causes of aging and also playing football and squash, sir.
Anirudh, when did you join Indian Information Service?
So my training started in January this year, sir.
January this year. How are you finding your training?
So it's very interesting. So it's getting to learn a lot about the ministry, about the different aspects of communication, sir.
How do you collaborate with other ministries?
So there is mostly the primary source of collaboration is through the PIB. There is an individual who's posted in every ministry who is responsible for the release of the press releases and organizing press conferences, etc. That's the primary source of interaction, sir.
Okay, you are undergoing training. Tell me what new technologies are taught to the probationers in that training module?
So with respect to technologies, so currently we had a session very recently on how artificial intelligence is being used to track fake news, sir. So additionally, we are also, so there was a session on ChatGPT, how we can use it to make press releases and how we can detect different things that are made by AI using AI itself. So AI is something that is there in the communication field.
Which agency gave the presentation on ChatGPT and AI technologies?
So the faculty of the IIMC, the Indian Institute of Mass Communication, a faculty from there itself.
Okay. And did you get any training in crisis to deal with crisis communication also?
So we had an individual who spoke about his anecdotal experiences, but so he spoke about the topic was crisis communication, but he tried to give the message through anecdotes.
Okay. You are a second generation bureaucrat, isn't it?
Sir.
Your father was also a part of the bureaucracy. Tell me, what is the problem with our bureaucracy?
So I feel, so very recently the Prime Minister in his address on the civil service that the bureaucrats are often, they're not cognizant of what is going on the field, sir, because they're caught up in the rigmarole of work or for any other reason. So second is an issue of attitude. So oftentimes it is seen that a lot of bureaucrats are ostensibly seen to be arrogant, perhaps because they're busy or because they can't take out time. Thus, so the solution to this would be to have a people-centric approach, meet everyone who's coming, etc. And so the third is the bane of corruption, sir, because corruption is something that has pervaded many parts of the bureaucracy and has been seen in the past.
What are the issues like indecision, risk aversion on the part of the bureaucrats?
Absolutely, sir. Sir, I agree that there is, so because of the system of bureaucracy, or sir, it can also be due to legacy challenges, there is a lot of risk aversion in decision making.
Why don't policies work in our country?
So I believe that India is such a big country and there are many nuances in a country like India. So policy formulation itself requires large data sets of what is happening on the field. So I believe at the stage of formulation, there are issues with respect to data-led policy making. On the scale of implementation, sir, often we have seen that the second ARC also noted that there is a one-size-fits-all. So India is a land of tremendous diversity, right from geographical, cultural, social, etc. And sir, I believe that there needs to be a little nuance, there needs to be a little wiggle room for the IAS, IPS and other officers on the field to ensure that implementation is, it can be catered to the specific audience. So thirdly, I believe the regulation is the third front, that regulatory bodies for seeing how the policy is being implemented and additionally having a feedback mechanism to improve policy. So these are the three challenges.
Okay. The emphasis of the government is to switch over from rule-based decision-making to role-based decision-making. With the little experience which you have had in the bureaucracy and the long experience which your father had in the bureaucracy, do you think it is implementable and it is a doable proposition?
So I feel that the fact that the bureaucracy is currently called rule-based is because there is a plethora of rules that constrain bureaucrats from taking decisions. So to move to the objective, sir, I believe is something to move to a rule-based is something that is currently utopian, sir, because rules are what not only restrict bureaucrats but also ensure that there is less corruption, there is more accountability, etc. So as an example, so there are rules as to how much money can be spent on a official dinner or an official lunch. So this requires a lot of paperwork to be filled out. So the TADA forms, for instance, that one fills are very long and take a lot of time. However, sir, this is only to ensure accountability. And so to move to a role-based system, so either we need to use technology to pre-fill these forms or to ensure that there is a digital way of ensuring accountability. So I believe that is the way forward to move to a role-based system.
Presently, the bureaucracy is basically the principles or the basic tenets of bureaucracy is based on mistrust.
Indeed, sir.
Don't you think that this high time the country should switch over from or move from this idea of mistrust to the idea of trust?
Sir, I believe that the fact that the bureaucracy is essentially based on mistrust, sir, is because of the fact, like in Arthashastra, Mr. Sir Kautilya noted that corruption in a place like a bureaucracy is like a fish drinking water. So it has to be on mistrust because so there is the public funds. This is the taxpayers' money that is being used. And so there must be a system of checks and balances. There must be a system of ensuring accountability of individuals. So ensuring that there is a lot of trust would certainly do good for efficiency. However, sir, it will be very difficult to find out the troublemakers or the notorious elements in the bureaucracy.
Okay, thank you, Anirudh.
Thank you.